Hi there. My name is Stuart. I'm sitting here getting ready for work, and I just can't get myself out the door yet because I'm really struggling this morning. I was shaving and putting my tie on and getting ready for work, and I feel like such a hypocrite. I've been married about 15 years now, and I'm sitting here really considering whether or not to violate something pretty huge for me. I pride myself on a man who's good for his word. It's sort of like the Western movies. What do you got if you don't have your word? I used to love Westerners. I used to love watching the Western movies. It's man's man, and your word is all you got. A handshake is good enough. And I'm thinking I may be violating my vows. And what more do you have than when you promise something in front of God that you'll be there for better or for worse, in sickness and in health? But my wife at times is so harsh, and she's so incredibly demeaning to me. So I say to her, and I threaten to her, I say, if you keep this up, I might end up divorcing you. And then she has a look that is horrible, a look of despair. And it reminds me of something. It reminds me of when my father and mother ended up divorced. And I have that history, and that history really sits on my head and makes this so hard. I don't want to be another statistic. I remember my dad lying on the couch with his hand over his head, and he's not one that showed emotion. And he looked so small. And he was big as life to me. And I'm sitting here saying, am I going to be someone that's going to violate a commitment that I made to her, to myself, and more importantly, to my children, that their mother and father will be there forever? And I don't know what to do. And sometimes I get so stuck. I'm here, sitting here on my stairs when I should have already left to go to work. What I am thinking about is maybe what I'll do is reach out to a discernment counselor. Discernment counseling is a counseling that helps couples figure out what should they do in their marriage. I've said to my wife, this is what I need. She doesn't get it. She doesn't hear me. I just want to fix this if we can, but I don't believe we can. So what I'm hopeful for is that the discernment counselor can put a structured plan in place that will allow both of us to understand what we each need in order to maintain my marriage. Because I've said to her, I can't do this anymore. And I hope she hears me this time. And I hope I can hear her to see what gets in the way of her treating me in a way that has me feeling loved. And what the counselor can do is, number one, help us figure out, should we be together? And number two, if we should, or if I decide that I will maintain this relationship, they can show us a path for healing and repair that will have both of us feeling like there's someone in this world that truly has our back. I hope it can be her, because for my kids' sake, I want a marriage where both their mother and their father are in their lives as a couple for their entire life. Take care, and we'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.